Spartan Transportation and Spartan Logistic Management is your one source for all your shipping needs. 53-foot dry van shipments, auto transport shipments, full-service in-house brokerage, drop lot facilities, just-in-time deliveries to all auto manufacturers, facilities in St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and Indianapolis, Indiana. Spartan Logistics LLC, proud sponsor of the IROC Series, Kyle Steffens UMP Modified and Silver Crown Driver, and Gordy Gundaker, World of Outlaws Late Model. Visit us at spartan-logistics.net or find us on Facebook.
R&R Racewear, your source to all custom racewear apparel needs, and home to iRacing apparel. Check it out today at rnrracewear.com.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets trembling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the frame, and the home of the brave? Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight to remain the name of the brave. We are the U.S. of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. This land of the brave, the U.S. of A. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner
What's going on, guys? Hey, welcome back. Repeat with you, and it's another IROC Challenge Series truck race, and tonight we are slinging some mud from Bristol Motor Speedway. That's right, it's Bristol, baby. I've got the one and only KS Gaming 51, the one and only Swats with me. Swats, welcome back. A little bit of a break last week when we saw Gabe take the W from Talladega, but much shorter. All different kind of driving tonight. How you feeling, sir? What's going on?
What's going on, Pete? I'm excited for tonight. Some mud flying, dirt, dust. Just dirt racing at its finest at Bristol. Not so much like we see on the pavement or concrete, whatever they got going on now in Bristol, since they keep changing it up every few. Who can do the dirt the best and come away with a win? Will we see a continued streak of a few different guys winning these races, or will we see a newcomer that's really good at dirt come away and still win and climb up the points?
I'll tell you what, the guy that I'm kind of trying to find right now, Neil Quick, he's going to go ahead and bring it on down pit road. So we'll switch it on over, look for somebody else that's out there right now to, see exactly what they're doing. And, all the wall riding. I actually watched a couple before we get ready for these heats. Trying to do like a Ross Chastain, see if they can get these trucks to stick on the outside wheel and still make a whole lot of time. I'm not quite sure if they were just trying to ride the cushion up high or if they meant to run the wall. I wasn't able to actually talk to them, but that's absolutely what it looked like. Definitely glad to be back, though. A little bit of a trip last week. Had to, go on up to New Jersey, take care of some family business. Back on down to the Carolinas, and man, definitely looking forward to some good old hardcore racing. And yeah, nothing like the dirt though. Looking at the 23 right there. As soon as my system decides it wants to play well with others, yeah, that was Cook Quick. So far, Bill Walker, Dylan Dellinger, Kyle Pendry, almost four of those guys, they didn't even go out in the hour-long practice for tonight and put down any kind of a practice lap. How do you prepare for a track that's going to constantly change and not put down any kind of a practice lap at all?
I mean, at least one of the guys that didn't put a lap down, I'm surprised he didn't put a lap down, but at the same time, he's been so fast the last few weeks. That would be the one truck of Ryan Crooks that I wouldn't be surprised if he's got something, hidden down in that bag that he's been pulling out every single week and being super fast, to where he's got, this type of racing, under his belt. And some guys don't like to give away their secrets. I don't know for sure that that's what Ryan was doing, or maybe he just had something going on, but, I'm surprised there's a few of them that didn't come out. I'm not surprised by the other ones that did come out, because, some guys need a little more practice, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you would imagine so. I mean, with all the different lines, or you got the cushion up high, you got low line, you got middle line, you got a high line, you got all kinds of lines here. And not only that, you got to be able to practice getting off the corner. When you're going to straighten out, these trucks, just like we're watching the 23 of Cook Quick here, you see the back end shaking all over the place. He's trying to set up for the next corner, but the back end is still slip sliding all over the place as he's done with that effort. But man, there's no way that could be a strategy, Swats.
I wouldn't think so, but I mean, if you've run it enough, I guess you know how the track changes. I mean, I've even heard a few drivers saying, once the pack starts happening and the black end of the dirt starts happening and they start migrating or moving around, it can really change how you drive this track. It can almost feel like ice instead of mud, and you just got to kind of migrate and find other lanes. And some guys are really used to it, so I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan has a ton of practice that he didn't feel like he had to. But like I said, he could have had something personal going on to where he just couldn't get a lap in, and who knows, he might still come out really fast.
All right, so it looks like the first grid is going to be set. Kevin McCann in the 33. He's going to start P number 1. Byron Jones in his 19 going to start P2. David Trumbley and Mike Koch are going to be row number 2. Row 3, Tim Schofield with Chris Wally in that 51 for P6. P7 is going to be Dylan Dellinger in the 5 and Kyle Pendergraft in the 14. So that's going to be your this first heat. So 8 trucks for heat number 1. Let's get ready. Let's get going. Tyler Scott says commentary's in and out. I definitely apologize. Mainly out though. Tyler, is that me, or are you not hearing SWATs? Please let us know. Thank you.
I think it's your mic, Pete. It keeps cutting in and out.
All right, let me go ahead and I'll drop
That thing it was doing before.
All right, I'll drop the boom, and hopefully that'll be better. But let's go ahead and catch. Here comes the boom. But yeah, let's go ahead and catch up with these guys right now. So, all right. I'm not quite sure why. It looks like my bit rate and everything else there looks pretty good. So let's get ready to go, SWATs.
Yeah, 8 trucks on track is not very many, so they're going to be able to get spread out a little bit. But anybody gets side by side and bumping and banging starts happening, we could really see some big movers. I mean, I don't know what the strategy is to be out front, be in the back, wait for a crash happen. It's unlimited fast repairs tonight, which according to one of the admins we heard was kind of a mistake. But I think that kind of throws a little bit more of a strategy of going all out. But you don't want to make too many enemies in these heat races, Pete.
No, you really don't. You wanna be able to go on up and get the best starting position for the main, which again the main 75 to 100 laps, if I'm not mistaken. I would think it's 100 laps. But yeah, so green flag is out. 33-19-96 and that 00 hard on the gas. SWATs, here we go into turn number 1. We're slip sliding away, sir.
Yeah, and I'm going to be watching Byron in this one. I know he's put in a lot of work on a lot of different tracks, and to start P2 in this thing, he's going to have the points leader, Kevin McCann, out front next to him. I'm going to see if he can really hold on and really step it up and play with these guys. Seems to be doing all right so far.
Yeah, so far so good. 33 way up high. He's already up on that apron. 19 trying that low side. And it looks like 33 of Kevin McCann. He's going to be able to go ahead and grab the lead solely for himself. No longer under a threat. 19 back here, as well as the 00 of Mike Koch working on getting some of the scoring information back up for you. There we go. It looks like the tower is going to work, but the ticker wasn't. So far, Kevin McCann not only in the lead, SWATs, but put down the fastest lap so far. That last lap with a 20.5. In practice, we were seeing people run 20 flats, so still a lot of speed out there on this track.
Yeah, and I mean, it's 15 laps, or 22 laps, sorry. But actually, my whole thing's messed up. I don't know how many laps. Is it 15?
It's there's 12. There's 12 to go.
Yeah, so 15 laps in, you're not going to really worry about tires. You're really not going to worry about fuel. It's just go balls to the wall and have at it. So I'm kind of surprised we're not seeing faster times. But these guys might be just trying to squeak through and figure out different paths and see how they can do on a long run, something like that for 15 laps, because we've got multiple heats and then we got the main. And from what I understood, everybody was going to make it into the main anyway. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, basically, these are smaller packs getting ready for the bigger pack that's going to happen just a little bit later on. Make sure that everybody is comfortable in traffic. So don't put them all out here just yet, and really go after it a little bit later on when we've got 20 to 25 truckers really trying to go balls to the walls and getting these things absolutely filthy dirty.
Yeah, and I mean, he's laying down faster laps than almost everybody, or actually, yeah, almost. It looks really smooth out there. He's not really, really whipping that truck. We see some guys that are almost sideways almost. He's kind of just angled a little bit, and he's still flying around there. Actually, that time he makes me a liar, and he gets sideways. Probably be a slower lap, though.
Going on here, hold on. Reload the page. Hold on. Keep going. I'm not.
All right, yeah. Kevin McCann still out front. Byron Jones still sitting second. Chris Wally in third in that 51 Chevy. Tim Schofield fourth. David Trumbley fifth. Mike Koch is sitting sixth. Dylan Dillinger is sitting seventh, and Kyle Pendergraph is sitting eighth. A lot of the times, the guys will come out for heat races if they know they're going to advance anyways to the main. They're just going to come out and run practice laps and get more experience on the track. Figure out different lines, where the track is fast, where the track might save tire or anything like that. And Kevin, I mean, he's laying down decent laps, but he's getting more and more sideways. So I don't know if that's just the track getting worn in a little bit, because I'm starting to see a little bit of a line almost halfway down the track. But a lot of the guys have moved up to the top up in that fresh stuff.
There we go. Okay, I got it back. I'm not quite sure exactly what happened right there, but let's try to catch up with the leader. For some reason, I think something's going on with SDK, because it's blinking in and out. I see 4 laps to go. Definitely see Kevin McCann still leading. Byron Jones P2, Chris Wally P3. Good run for him. Already up 13 spots. If this is this can't be correct, because obviously there aren't even 13 trucks on the track. So still something going on with SDK, and I definitely apologize to everybody that's out there watching right now.
Yeah, we've only got 8 trucks on track, but Byron's kind of creeping in a little bit. He ran about a 10th faster than Kevin McCann that time. He's still sitting at about 2/10 back from the leader, but he's just kind of running laps. We've got 2 to go now. I don't see any big movers at all. Everybody's still 1 through 6 where they started. Nobody has made a pass, so I don't know if there was some sort of agreement of, hey, let's just go out there and run laps with each other. I would have thought guys would have tried to come out and do whatever they could to figure out the fastest line possible and really put it to each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like this is the final lap. So Kevin McCann looks like he's going to go ahead and handily take the win from heat number 1. Byron Jones is there. Just I don't think he's going to be able to seal it as they come off the corner, and Kevin McCann's going to be the first one to flash on by Barney. So Kevin McCann wins heat number 1. Byron Jones P2, Chris Wally P3, Tim Schofield 4th, David Tremblay 5th, Mike Koch, Dylan Dellinger, and Kyle. Looks like Kyle Pendergraft wasn't actually able to start, so that was your top 7. So getting ready for Heat 2, Swats. Any surprises in Heat 1?
I mean, the biggest surprise to me is that everybody stayed in their original starting positions, kind of. Chris Wally at least made +3, but everybody else pretty much stayed in their starting spots. So I was kind of surprised they didn't go more all out. Especially Byron. I'm surprised he didn't go after Kevin and try to, figure out what he was doing. Or maybe he was. Maybe he was just sitting back 2/10 on him, trying to figure out his line, because Kevin was really fast there.
Yeah, there's something definitely going on here. It won't hide the scoring pylon for me. Hold on one second. Let me shut this down and start it back up again. Oh, when it rains, it pours, Swats. When it rains, it pours. All right, let's try this again. All right, let's pull your grid for heat number 2. There we go. So Neil Quick in the deuce. He's going to be on pole. Josh Funkhauser to his outside. Gabe Ellison, P3. P4 is going to be Brandon Mefford. Stoney Benfield, P5 in the 75. P6 going to be Cook Quick. And then Doug Wysocki in P number 7. So there we go. Able to pull that up in the right amount of time. Swats, anybody in this show kind of got your eye?
Gabriel Ellison was last week's winner. He's really, been fast the last several weeks. He's sitting there in the top 4 in the points. He's going to start 3rd, so I'd like to see him try to make some moves. Cook Quick and Neil Quick, obviously the brothers, I'd like to see them try to, make up some time. And I'd like to see if somebody can lay down a lap faster than what Kevin ran in that last heat.
Yeah, it'll absolutely be interesting. I think because of the issues I was having with the tool, I didn't see if anybody ran faster than that 5. If not, then yeah, it'll be interesting to see if somebody gets a little bit closer to a 20 flat. Pace Truck's going to go ahead and pull off. Neil Quick's going to be on the Go-Go Juice first. Let's go.
We get screaming past the flag stand there. They go into turn 1. Guys getting sideways already, trying to make the turn. Front 2 are still side by side as they come off the corner there. Nobody else really making any big moves. One truck there in the middle, I think it's Gabriel Ellison or Brandon Medford, was really loose coming off of turn 2.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see them all just kick them out, right from the start. I know you got to, flip these things to the left and then steer right, steer right to go left. It just makes no sense to me, but these guys are absolutely getting after it, and you're able to keep up with everybody's progress on the right-hand side. That is, that's their gap. If you want, I can actually go ahead and pull up their best times so far rather than the laps so far. 20.6 for the deuce of Quick. Funkhauser with a 20.69, so just 9/100ths behind everybody else in the ones.
Yeah, I'm again not faster than Kevin's. Kevin's 20.5 is still holding strong with these guys, so I'm interested to see the third heat, and that's where we've got some of the quicker guys with Brian McCann and Ryan Crooks all being involved in that one. I think those two should probably come out and lay some fast laps, but there's guys that will probably surprise us in both heats here. But again, I don't know if these guys are just coming out and laying down laps or if they're really trying since they know they're going to move on to the main anyways.
I would imagine you want the prize. All these guys are competitors. They all want to be able to say they won this, they won that. So yeah, I would imagine that they are all very much interested in winning this heat. Speaking of the heat, 10 laps remaining around this Bristol dirt track tonight. Been slinging mud for about 20. About 20 laps so far between heat number 1 and heat number 2. Neil Quick though still leading the way.
Yeah, Gabriel Ellison tried to make a move there on Brandon Medford, but got really close to him, and I think Medford actually touched the wall just a hair as he was going through there. But you can see Medford way up in the soft stuff. There's even smoke flying out the back of his truck when he comes off the corners. I don't know if that's just the dust is not coming up as a specific color, but it looks gray, so it almost looks like smoke when he comes out of the corner.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit of that right rear touching the wall, but not much. I was watching a little bit of that earlier, and yeah, these guys were doing one hell of a job. It's interesting to watch these guys flip these cars or these trucks back and forth. I'll actually now with Brandon Medford as Neil Quick went ahead and posted a 20.52, the fastest lap of this race. But yeah, this is from P3. Watch him whip this wheel around. Steer it to the left, steer it back to the right, and he has got that thing as if he was a boating captain. If he was a captain of his own sailboat, he'd be hard over right there.
Yeah, and a lot of the guys, when they get sideways like that, some of them will curve back to the right, almost like a drift car, to try to hold that thing in. But the problem is if you get too much of the right steer to keep it going left, sometimes it hooks, and then it just whips it right into the wall, and that's been my problem on the dirt. Is I can't find that balance of how much to turn left and then turn right and then turn back to the left to get it to come back out of the corner. Usually when I'm in the middle of turning right, it just goes right only. So.
Yeah, this is why I don't normally race tracks where you got to use the brakes because yeah, it's just a whole it's a race. You just got to be hard on the throttle, right? You have to turn right to go or turn left to go right. It just kind of contradicts everything that you ever learned driving. But man, these guys they do a pretty good job.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up north, so I'm used to driving in the snow and the ice and things like that. And I mean, even in Pennsylvania, we used to go to the fairgrounds during the winter when it was closed, and the track there would be iced over, the horse track that they had. And I don't know if we were allowed to, but I never was told we weren't. But we would sneak out onto the track with cars and race in the middle of the night and just drive on the ice. So it was always fun to do that. We could go left and right and slide the car and never have a problem. But I don't know if it's the same as dirt, though. So, but I have a feeling it's close.
I used to do that, too, but it was in empty shopping mall parking lots. Yep, absolutely. Looking back right now from Neil Quick towards Josh Funkhauser and Brandon Medford, you just look at looking left, looking right, doing everything that he can with the wheel. And again, man, you look at this track. This track races really, really fast.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the speeds they're running, they're not that far off of the speed when they get to the end of the straightaways that they run on regular Bristol, not the dirt. So, I mean, it's not as fast, obviously, through the corners, but they get up to pretty good speeds down the straightaways. Absolutely.
So, with heat number 2 now in the books, going to be Neil Quick, Josh Funkhauser, P2, Brandon Medford, and company to round out that race. So, heat number 3 now, McCann, Smith, Short, Barney, Medford, Crooks, and Walker. Crooks a little bit further in the back, right along with Walker. He is one of the ones that did not turn a lap in practice. So very, very surprising there. Let's go ahead and pull up your grid like I was just talking about. Again, it's going to be Brian McCann, one of the strongest guys in this community, this league. He's going to start first in that number 3. Aaron Smith, P2 in that 70. Vince Short in the 15. P3. P4, Robert Barney. Chris Mefford, P5 in the 46. Ryan Crooks in that single 1. P6. P7 is going to be Bill Walker. Yes, 21 trucks will start the main after this heat. Let's go ahead and empty that out. Let's bring your scoring pylon back up. Let's get ready to get going with Brian McCann and Aaron Smith on this front row.
Yeah, Pete, and this track itself, dirt or not, it's a beautiful track. I got to experience it myself this past fall for the playoff race.
Yep.
Unfortunately, Kyle Busch got a little mad and parked it on pit road and walked out of his car. But, it's a beautiful track. It's loud as can be. I would like to experience it on dirt at some point, but I think if you haven't seen it, go see it.
I tell you, if you've got any kind of allergy, I can't justify sitting there in a tornado of dirt at this track. Just I can't do it. But here we go.
Like night race this year.
Pace trucks coming off. Here we go. 3 is going to be the first on the loud pedal. Spins him a little bit. So Aaron Smith, he's going to go ahead and get the jump up on that high side. We'll have to see if the momentum can carry him off. 3, really up high, trying to keep it out of the wall. Great job. Saw a few sparks off the back end. 70 now going to go low. He's going to try to go ahead and take the lead. 3 is going to fall back to P2. Vince Short in that 15, P number 3.
Yeah, this is what I was expecting the first 2 heats. We weren't even through turn 1, and these guys were 3 wide already. So these guys here are going for it, and I'm glad. I would have liked to see that in the first 2 heats, but Aaron Smith is going for it right now. Brian obviously slid all the way to the wall, almost taking out the 70, was able to come back down in the lead, and then Aaron's going for it again. Robert Barney scraped the wall also during that scrum behind these guys. And then the 15 obviously was the biggest loser out of that 3 wide situation.
Yeah, Chris Wally out there in chat over on the YouTube side saying she's going to be a handful by lap 30. So a little bit more to look forward to in the main feature. And then Byron Jones says looks like no Kirks tonight, and he is pulling for the one of Ryan Crooks. Crooks, it looks like he actually did not make the field. So yeah, something's going on with Crooks. Not 100% sure. Very unlike him, and I know usually there's an EMGG watch party out there for him. So I'm sure they're kind of curious, just like we are, as to what exactly happened. But let's catch back up with our leaders as they continue to duke it out. The 70 and the 3 really showing off the different lines and the runs coming up off the corner. 3 now to the inside.
They just keep crossing over each other. The 3 goes out in front. 70 tucks down. It comes down right to his door. Takes the lead back from them. The 3 crosses him back over. Now the 15 is going to get back involved in here. He's trying to get up here and pass one of these guys. 3 gets just a little too high and gets up into that soft stuff. 70 now back out front. 3 coming around again. Yeah,
3. He is absolutely getting a monstrous run up high off the corner. The way that he's setting it up, 370 going to make a little bit of contact. That's going to bottle up the 15 and cause him all kinds of time. Vincent Short's going to lose yet another spot to both Chris Mefford and Robert Barney. So that could have been a whole lot worse. Good job by Aaron and the 15 of Vincent Short to settle that amongst themselves, and also good job by the guys behind him not to get all tangled up. Swats, if that was all 21, 22 cars out here on track, that could have been really big.
Yeah, that all started with Brian McCann sliding right up in front of the 70 and shutting the door on him up on the high side. Not much the 70 could have done there. He could have lifted maybe, but the 15 was going to run to the back of the 70 no matter what, because he wasn't expecting that either. But Brian McCann threw his big boy pants on tonight and said, I'm going for this win in the heat race.
Absolutely. Brian McCann, he's actually a lot of fun to watch. If you ever actually catch his stream, he broadcasts or races with his POV every single week. He's actually a lot of fun to watch. You learn a lot from him as well. So yeah, right now he's got that 3 out in the clean dirt, I guess, if there is such a thing. I don't think he's going to have any kind of an issue with lap trucks or anything like that as we continue to ride along with the nose camera from Aaron Smith, still sitting P2, but only about a half second behind.
Yeah, Robert Barney actually came down pit road, Pete, and he's sitting on his pit stall. It looks like his truck keeps going up and down. I'm not sure. I don't see, like, it's not going up like it's being jacked up. It's rocking back and forth like he's in there dancing in the driver's seat, but he's not coming back out. So I'm not sure what that's about.
Just kind of going through, taking a look at the view from a few of these guys as far as their nose cam. Just riding along here with Chris Mefford, watching that battle up front between the two. But it looks like Aaron Smith just kind of tagged the wall just a little bit, just like Chris Mefford did right there. And these two up front continuing to battle it out. Let's get up there right now. They were side by side for just a moment. Now settling. They're going to settle it amongst themselves. Swats 2 laps to go, sir.
Yeah, I mean, Brian's holding on to it as much as possible, but the 70 is just giving him everything he's got to try to get to him and get around him again. And he is making up time on a little bit lower line than what Brian's running, but Brian's getting a better run off the corner because he's up higher, carrying the more momentum. The 70 is trying to cut down underneath him. He's just not there. Brian gets a little sideways more than he needs to be, and the 70's closing it again.
Yeah, closing up one more time. Will the 70 throw a last-ditch effort in? Yes, it is. Dive. 3, gonna get a big run off the side. Who's it gonna be at the line? 3 gets it. Good job to Brian McCann. One hell of a finish. Can't wait to see 21 truckers do just the same thing. Good finish, guys. So, yeah, it's going to be Brian McCann P1. And just as I say that, we're going to have a 5-minute warm-up. Boy, they reset that clock very, very quick. So, SWAT's 5 minutes now to come on out. The track is going to be clean. Wow.
That was a very, very close finish, Pete. That was almost as close as last fall when Kyle Busch won, or last spring when Kyle Busch won that race over Tyler Reddick, who got dumped by the 14. But that was a .017 finish. So that's like a Talladega Daytona finish.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a really good finish. And that was actually the exit that Brian McCann had been getting off of those corners pretty much all race long. Every time him and the 70 were crossing each other back and forth, those were the exits he was getting off. But now, did he show his hand too soon? Would you wait until the actual race came to be before you show the rest of the field what kind of a run you can get up high on the exits of these corners? Man, this is where it really counts. That race, I believe that's mainly just for track position, and that's really it. Did I lose you, Swats?
Yeah, I was trying to go through and find Ryan. He's got me a little worried because I have not seen him out on the track not once since this session started. And even during this practice session here between the race and the heat, he's not coming out again. So either he's got something going on or not planning on racing, maybe planning on starting parking. But if not, he's got something in the bag to where he is not coming out and showing his hand. That's the only other strategy I could think. 2 strategies. Either he's got something going on or he's just not coming out and showing his hand. So I don't know which one it is. I'm going to be surprised to not see him show up for this race if that's the case.
Yeah, and as I go through all the different Team Com channels, I don't see him in the Discord at all either. And usually he's he's in a channel mostly by himself. Every now and then you'll see him teamed up with Byron Jones or somebody else at some of the bigger tracks. But yeah, I don't see him anywhere around Team Comms at all. I wonder if maybe he took took provisional where he came out and got logged in, and he's sitting there. I don't know
if he's doing a starting part, but
yeah, maybe.
I mean, there's only how many drivers tonight? 22, I think.
Yep, 22. Yeah,
is what we have. So, I mean, I guess if you start in park, I guess you finish 22nd. But I mean, why not show up and come out? Even if you're horrible at dirt racing, come out and wait for the big one. And I guess if it's unlimited fast repairs, I guess we don't have to worry about cars being knocked out. But if it wasn't for the fast repairs, I would have showed up and just waited for guys to get knocked out, just rode around for a little while and collected a few more points.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it works out for him. I don't know. I got nothing, but we'll have to see. So let's go ahead and empty this out one more time. Show you all the information about this track. Again, it's a half-mile, normally concrete track in Bristol, Tennessee. It's a very, very high bank track, and once they bring in all the dirt, kind of flattens it out just a little bit, but still just the famed very, very fast half-mile. Looks like it's going to be a 69-degree air temp with a looks like
2 mile an hour wind.
with a 70 degree track temp. 2 mile per hour wind. Overcast again. No rain yet on iRacing, and a little bit. Well, actually, quite a bit of humidity, which might actually help with the dirt. Well, we'll have to see how that goes. But there you see on the bottom. You see the www.IROC-series.com if you want to keep up with all the racing on their website, or if you've got the Roku, either a TV or a streaming device, make sure you go on over and look up IROC TV, the logo that's on the bottom left of your screen. All races are broadcast in stunning 4K, and unlike a lot of the other apps on Roku, this app is completely free. Many great POV league community broadcasters out there, podcasts, all